Hi, I'm Rohit Aggarwala, and today we're talking about New York City as a leader in the global fight against climate change.
Baruch here with genConnect.com, chatting today with Rohit Aggarwala about what New York is doing to make a difference and an impact on the environment. How are you, Rohit?
Good, thanks. How are you?
Doing well. Now, you advise Mayor Bloomberg in his capacity as chair of the C40. Tell me a little bit about how New York is really leading when it comes to the environment.
Well, we're very proud of New York's track record on the environment. In 2007, Mayor Bloomberg produced the city's first long-term sustainability plan called Plan YC with 127 initiatives now updated to 132 that lays out a long-term course to improve quality of life and reduce the city's carbon footprint overall by 30% by the year 2030. It ranges across a whole series of initiatives from increasing the portion of New York City's total housing that's within a quarter mile of a subway station, to having more shared public plazas so we get people outdoors walking around as much as possible, to significantly reducing our energy consumption by making our buildings more energy efficient, to thinking about the long-term risks that the city will face in terms of climate change from sea level rise and particularly from increasing heat waves. And we've made a ton of progress on all of it. In fact, I think it's something like 80% of these initiatives are already at least partially complete, and a number of them are complete. We've passed what I believe is the nation's most comprehensive law mandating energy efficiency improvements in existing buildings. Lots of cities have really done that on new construction, but existing buildings are really where it all is because most of our buildings for the future really have already been built. All right, so we did that. We've started the process of abolishing the use of heavy heating oil. A large portion of large buildings use essentially bunker fuel, the dirty stuff that powers long-distance ships for heating. That contributes both to significant problems with local air quality, but also to the black carbon that we know is one of the key opportunities for near-term reductions in global warming. So that's one of the things we've done. We've done a massive effort at making New York City more pedestrian and bike-friendly. You may have seen Times Square, iconic place, now primarily a pedestrian mall, just indicating how powerful it is when a big city actually takes that public space, that most valuable space it's got, which is the streets, and takes it away from the car, gives it to pedestrians. And what have we seen in Times Square? We've seen property values for those retail stores along Times Square go up in a recession.
Wow.
Because more people are walking around. People don't shop from their cars in a city. People shop from the sidewalk. You get more people, more sidewalks, more customers.
What's next for New York?
I think a lot of what New York's doing right now is about completing that agenda that was really started in 2007. A couple of recent initiatives. One is really getting serious about recycling. New York City has not been a leader on recycling in the United States, but the mayor made a real commitment to doing that 2 years ago in the relaunch of Plan YC. Our plan gets updated every 4 years because you've got to stay fresh, you've got to identify the next thing. So recycling is a very big deal. We've actually hired a great guy, an entrepreneur, to be our deputy commissioner for recycling at the Department of Sanitation. Totally interesting initiative there, and he'll do a great job. And then the other thing is really thinking about the long-term need for climate adaptation. We've begun some of the things you need to do, taking electrical equipment out of the basement of critical facilities and bringing it up to the second floor. So if there's a flood, there's a flood, but it doesn't short out the equipment and take down the wastewater treatment plant for a couple of weeks, right? Which is catastrophic. It just takes it down for a couple of hours maybe. And that's going to be a big issue, I think, over the long term.
Rohit, thank you so much. And for more with Rohit Aggarwala and all that he's doing with the C40 and New York, be sure to check out genConnect.com.